As a solo traveler, especially as a foreign woman, did you feel safe completely or did you have any negative experience?
Being approached more by those people who stand around, sell you stuff. I think they're trying to scam me.
But you gotta be careful.
Yeah, mostly for drunk people.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Takashi from Japan. So today I'm going to interview solo travelers in Japan. How safe is Japan for solo travelers? And I also ask them about their budget to get around, their recommendation to go. Okay, let's get started. Thank you for your time. Where you from?
I'm Persian and I'm visiting from LA. This is my third week in Japan, but I've traveled here for 3 months in total before. By myself, yes, with a backpack.
I've been in Japan for 10 days, and my name's Albert Karuchet from California.
Sweden.
Sweden?
I've been in Japan since October, so 4 months now. I'm here on a working holiday visa.
From California, been here for about a week so far.
From Australia, I live in Jinnabon. I'm here for 21 days.
I'm from Las Vegas, United States. I'm staying for a total of 6 days.
Los Angeles, California, San Pedro. I got here on Friday, the 9th.
Australia, 2 weeks, and I've got 2 more days before I go home.
I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii.
And you're solo traveling in Japan.
Yeah, I'm solo traveling in Japan.
What's it like solo traveling in Japan? Could you describe your life in Japan so far?
I mean, it's really fun to solo travel in Japan, and I feel like it's a safe country also to do so. There's so much things to do all the time, especially Tokyo. It's like, this is really the city that never sleeps, in my opinion. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more, yeah.
Traveling alone as a woman in Japan feels incredibly rewarding. I think you feel very safe. I never felt safer in any other country, even walking down in Shinjuku late at night, because I think Shinjuku or Shibuya could be the crazier part of like Tokyo. I never felt unsafe. I had like some Japanese men like yelling at me that were drunk, but even though like I never felt, oh, they're gonna attack me or they're gonna like do something to me. So it's super efficient to travel here by yourself, even though you've never like traveled anywhere else by yourself. I think this is a good place to start, but don't get used to it because nowhere in the world is like this, you know?
The main part that's hard is taking the trains. The train system is the hardest part. Tokyo, yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Lots of maps on my phone. Google Maps. Google Maps is very helpful.
Google Maps works so great with the public transportation here. I can get anywhere I want to so easily here. There's the subway, there's a train every 5 minutes. And then when I was outside in Kyoto and Osaka, there's a train every 15 minutes. What's the train called? The fast train?
Shinkansen.
Shinkansen.
Bullet train, yeah.
And that comes every 15 minutes. So I didn't realize how connected everything was here and how much Japanese people travel.
I carry a map with me, all the different train routes and things. Yeah, but I think once you figure it out, for example, if you know that the Yamanote line goes in a circle and takes you to all the major points, you really can't get lost. That's what you need to know.
I think it looks so complicated, but to be honest, if you get on the Yamanote line, you can go pretty much central Tokyo, right? You stay in Shinjuku, right? And I've heard that Shinjuku is the most complicated station in the world, and I think it's true.
I think it's the largest in the world, and it's really crazy. When I arrived the other night, I spent about an hour just trying to find the right exit.
Google Translate, Google Maps, they're my best friend. Even though like if there's a menu and everything's written in Japanese, you can scan it with your Google Map, like Google Translate, and like you can translate it to English. So it will be easy, like with technology today, it will be easy for you to get around.
Yeah, I'd say the hardest part about traveling in Japan is like figuring out the metro system and the train system. It's just like, just want to make sure I select the right station to go to. But honestly, it's not that hard. I think anyone can figure it out. If you can't figure it out, stay home.
That's true.
The biggest thing that is shocking here is how clean it is. Not only the streets and the people, but also how you keep your body. If you go to an onsen and then all the toilets have bidets, you feel very clean here. And the food also feels very clean when you eat it.
I didn't expect everyone in Shibuya to be so stylish. Like everyone in Shibuya has like really like looks so cool. I don't know. I feel like not cool walking around the streets of Shibuya.
As a solo traveler, especially as a foreign woman, did you feel safe completely or did you have any negative experience?
Yeah, I felt completely safe.
You didn't have any negative experience?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
I'm glad you didn't have any negative experience there.
Yeah, no, it's been really good.
Okay, so you mentioned that Japan's a safe country, right? But I've heard in Europe, Sweden is one of the safest countries. Sweden and Japan, how do you compare?
I think Japan in general for everyone is probably safer because like recently Sweden has had an increase when it comes to like gang violence. But I feel like sekuhara, sexual harassment here in Japan, it's worse. I've experienced more here. I was attacked on the street when I studied here.
Like, what do you mean attacked?
Like a man tried to like really me when I was studying. Yeah, yeah.
By a Japanese person.
Japanese person, yeah.
Okay.
And the police didn't even come. They didn't like take it seriously. And in Sweden, I feel like they would definitely come. I lived at a dorm at that time because I was an exchange student. And my dorm mom, she was Japanese. She called the police, but they didn't come. 2 other women at my dorm were attacked, and then they came and they found him. It went to court kind of, but he didn't get a sentence.
Would you still go out at night by yourself? Like, let's say when you lose your last train, when you miss your last train, do you still, walk around at night by yourself? Is it still fine to do, or you wouldn't do that anymore?
I mean, I do, but I'm always very careful. I always have like a spray alarm and stuff. No one's gonna come with a gun or a knife. It's not like in South America because my mom is from Chile. I've been to Brazil as well. That's very different when
You
it comes.
cannot do that.
No.
I
But
see.
here you can.
At least.
Yeah, so it's more like
But you gotta be careful.
yeah, mostly for drunk people, I'd say.
I've been being approached more by those people who stand around, try to sell you stuff. I think they're trying to scam me.
Japanese people? Or?
No, not Japanese people. They're usually like foreigners as well. Yeah, they're usually holding out a paper and they want you to like stop. Most of the time I just push them away basically. I say like no thank you, no thank you.
How do they approach you? What are they saying?
Like, hey man, come over here, look at this. And the first place I saw it was in Harajuku.
I mean, I know what you mean. Like Takeshita Street, right? It's in Takeshita Street.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. I never talk about this topic on on my channel, but in Harajuku, Takeshita Street especially, so there's a foreign dude
Yeah.
like trying to sell like expensive clothes, but it's not expensive basically. Like it's fake Gucci or something like that. Yeah. And they approach you, but as long as you say no, they're not gonna do
As
anymore.
long as I say no thank you, just walk away.
Okay.
There was a small earthquake while I was here, but I think I slept through it, so everyone else woke up. But yeah, otherwise everything's been completely smooth. So
I mean, like the small earthquake, it happens like almost every single day. Yeah.
fair enough.
Today, I want to share something incredibly useful for those planning a longer stay in Japan. Mobile eSIM. First off, having a Japanese phone number is a game changer for your stay. It makes booking accommodation and navigating local service a breeze. And here's the best part. A mobile eSIM offers both data and then voice options. So you're always connected whether calling your friends or browsing the web. Now you might be thinking, what about connectivities outside big cities like Tokyo? No worries there. The mobile eSIM utilizes the Docomo network, renowned for its reliability and extensive coverage across Japan. Mobile's got you covered. Getting your hands on mobile eSIM is a piece of cake. For those needing a Japanese number, just pick up a voice data eSIM access code from numerous pickup points across Japan. And if it's just the data you need, the tourist eSIM is your go-to. It's in your email e-box within minutes. Here's the best part. When you choose mobile, you're not just getting top-notch eSIM service. You're also contributing great cause. A major portion of mobile's profits go directly to charities. They support vital projects right here in Japan and in Malawi. So by opting for mobile, you're helping feed hungry children and providing education and opportunities to those in need. For seamless connectivity and a chance to contribute to meaningful causes, choose mobile eSIM. How much do you spend on Japan trip for 9 days?
I think as long as you have $2,000 USD, I think you should be good. Perfectly travel by yourself
Okay.
to Japan.
What about flight? Which airline from which airport? How much did you spend?
I took Zip Air from Los Angeles. It's a budget flight, just under $600. So very cheap. Direct flight, no stops at all. So I'm staying in an Airbnb the 9 days. It's only $300. So with the flight and the Airbnb, under $1,000 just there.
Or let's say anything that is more expensive than the United States, because usually everything is cheaper, right?
As far as I've seen, as far as I've done everything, I don't think so.
Everything's cheaper.
Everything I've done so far has been cheaper.
I think Japan, especially food, is really cheap. Maybe public transportation can add up as you travel, and especially if you want to take the Shinkansen all the time. But I think 100 to 200 a day, you can totally manage that. So like today, for example, now I'm staying at a hostel in Shibuya, and the hostel that I got is actually towards like the more expensive hostels. I think I pay $55 a night, but I've seen like hostels like 20, 35. Like right now, I want to go get katsudon. And katsudon with a beer is gonna cost $12. And again, at night, if I want to have like okonomiyaki or something, it's probably gonna like be $15. And I had coffee this morning, which was $3. So I think that's about it.
I plan for about $200 a day, $30 to $60 on dinner. If you go to a maid cafe, look to spend around $100.
So what about regular hotel in Tokyo? How much do you pay per night?
$110 a night. The biggest thing is that when there's an onsen in the hotel, that's amazing. They're not co-ed, so you got to get used to nudity of the other set. Like it's interesting. Financially, the exchange rate right now is so good.
Yeah, for Americans, yeah.
Oh, for Americans, it's great.
So if you're coming to Japan as an American, it's really cheap right now. Like the yen to dollar is like really great.
So people say Japan is expensive, and I don't think it's very expensive. I think lodging, like hotels, are expensive, yes. Like I have a very tiny room, and it's about $100 a night.
If you want to stay in central Tokyo and then tiny room, $100.
Per night. Easy. And I found the cheap one.
Did you make any friends while in Japan?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
How did you do it?
Just in hostels, just kind of like approach people, and then also while snowboarding too, just also like mingle while skiing on the hills. So
You can enjoy like immersing yourself by yourself in Japan and also connecting with people.
yeah. So I was thinking, obviously not this season, but next season I want to come back and do like a working holiday visa, and then I can do like a ski season somewhere.
You have traveled in Japan by yourself for 3 months, 2 months, right?
3 months.
All of Japan. So which place is your most favorite?
My favorite of all was Kyushu Island and Okinawa. I think those are my two favorite spots. Kyushu has a lot of onsens, which that's what I'm very obsessed with. The nature is beautiful, good food. Well, good food is everywhere in Japan, but I think the onsen culture and Okinawa also, like Okinawa's beautiful. It's like the Hawaii of Japan, and the food is amazing. Like you cannot find anywhere else like that. You know, it's really good. Yeah.
What about in Tokyo?
In Tokyo, I think I have two favorite spots, or three maybe. I think it's Nakamegura, Shibuya, and Yoyogi. They're my favorite spots. Shinjuku's my least favorite. It's too trashy. I don't like Shinjuku that much.
Me neither. Yeah. Could you share your experience of getting tattoos in Japan? How did you book and then how did it go?
Okay, so I made an appointment through his email. He hit me back. I sent a deposit. The deposit from USD was converted to yen. They received it. You know, they wanted to know where the tattoo location was going to be, what I wanted. It was very professional, and it's really professional back home as well. It's like most artists, unless you know them, like they're going to make sure you give a deposit.
Even though you don't speak Japanese, it's still fine to get tattoos here.
Absolutely. And it was all professional, and I really respected the process.
I'm glad that you got tattoos here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
2024 now, and then last time you were in Japan 2019 as a solo traveler. Do you think you find any differences here?
There's a lot of changes, a lot of new buildings, a lot of new things like that.
Oh, you think it has changed in that sense?
Yeah, like I'm staying in Shinjuku. There's the new Shinjuku Tower. I mean, a lot of new things, but I think people are the same. This is post-COVID. I went pre-COVID. Still see a lot of people wearing masks.
Could you share your experience of snowboarding and stuff like that?
I had a couple of really good days over at Hakuba, over at Iwatake. It's good. I'm really keen to get over to Niseko. Apparently the snow there is a lot drier and...
As a snowboarder, in Japan there are many places to go, right? Which place has the best snow?
Niseko, I've heard, yeah. Niseko's the go. Lots more than Hakuba, and it's a different snowpack as well. So keen to see.
How many days do you think you need if you want to go to Niseko at least?
At least a week.
Oh,
Yeah.
at least a week.
At least a week.
Okay.
A week of skiing is perfect because then, you ski for 2 days, you onsen for 2 days, then you ski for another 2. Skiing in Japan is like 10 times cheaper than it is in Australia. And the amount and quality of snow in Japan is a lot higher than back in Australia
So it's
too.
worth it for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you went to Maid Cafe, right?
Yeah.
What is that? I've never been there. What is that?
So maid cafe, there's different levels of what they do. But basically, you go in and there's a group of girls in a themed bar that entertain you and bring you drinks and will serve you food and draw like a thing and ketchup on your omelet rice if they have food there. You pay for a time slot, go in there, and you can drink pretty much as you want. Well, my suggestion would be to go for 30 minutes, and I think you need to prepare about $50 because the premise is that you'll buy the girls a drink when they entertain you.
Did you find any female customers?
I only saw men in these places, so.
Do you see lots of foreign guys there as a customers?
I think most of the customers are typically Japanese.
Also, you had a great experience, man. Unique experience.
Unique experience. I think it's because I love anime so much. That's why I ended up going to these places, and it was amazing. If there's a language barrier or a language problem with them, they'll tell you right there. They're like, hey, nobody speaks English. Google Translate and photos work amazing to cross that communication barrier also. It's very interesting because compared to the United States, we have large bars. Here, the bars are very small, like one room, and there's 5 of them in one building stacked on top of each other.
Anything you want to say to those who's coming to Japan as a solo traveler? Any advice?
Don't hesitate. Come as soon as you can. I've traveled other places in the world, and now I just want to come back here more and more the longer I'm here.
Probably planning out my day, but that's just my fault because I just don't plan well. But just because there's more language barrier and less people speak English here and less things are in English, I think it's more important to do a little bit more research before you come.
Look at the Japanese people, what they are doing. If no one's talking on the train, don't talk on the train. You have trash, and like Japanese people also have trash in their hands. Keep your trash in your hands. Don't throw it on the floor.
And you might need to wait in line before getting on the train, though.
Yeah, exactly. And like usually like it's left-hand traffic in Japan, but sometimes on the stations it kind of changes. Just go with the flow. Like I said, follow the Japanese persons. You know the best.
Research a little about the culture, maybe learn some phrases before coming here. It will help you. It will go a long way, you know? Be respectful and be open-minded. Don't be afraid to try things and see where your energy is going to take you.
Okay, thank you for watching so far. How was it? That was interesting. As a solo traveler myself, I always travel by myself. I was in the States for a month last month by myself. I really enjoyed it, so I highly recommend you to come to Japan by yourself. Solo traveling helps you immerse yourself in the country. Let's say, if you're with friends, you don't need to talk to locals, right? But if you're by yourself, if you need help, you gotta talk to locals, you know, and try to speak Japanese. That's what I want you to do. Especially one day, if you wanna live here, I think it's really good practice to come here by yourself and talk to people. Try to speak little Japanese. I highly recommend it. Okay, anyway, I hope this video will help you if you come to Japan by yourself. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, click like button. Please subscribe to my channel. If you have any question you want me to ask people in Japan, please leave the comment too. See you next time.